North Korea could strike U.S. with missile this year, South Korean spy agency claims. North Korea can develop an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, capable of reaching the U.S. mainland this year, according to South Korean spy agency. Amid growing fears about Pyongyang's nuclear and missile programs, Seoul spy agency the Punggye-ri test site appears ready for another detonation at any time. After being briefed by the spy agency, lawmakers in South Korea told reporters, the agency is closely following the developments because there is a possibility that North Korea could fire an array of ballistic missiles this year under the name of a satellite launch and peaceful development of space, but in fact to ratchet up its threats against the United States. Meanwhile, the hermit state is enforcing even tougher controls on outside information in the face of a wave of international sanctions which have isolated North Korea further. Last week, President Trump said the ongoing threat from North Korea required urgent action as he spoke for the first time since returning from his 12-day Asia tour. Speaking at the White House, the president hailed his trip to Asia and said it allowed the U.S. to achieve a number of key goals. He said trip had allowed him to unite the world against the nuclear menace posed by the North Korean regime, a threat that has increased steadily through many administrations and now requires urgent action. As he gave details about his discussions with world leaders, Trump said spoke with Xi Jinping and convinced the Chinese leader to back UN sanctions on Pyongyang. He reiterated that all options remain on the table as he warned time is running out. Trump said the U.S. and its allies will not allow the twisted dictatorship in North Korea to hold the world hostage. President Trump's warning to North Korea is the latest in a series of threats and insults with Kim Jong-un. Last week, the president reacted to reports that Kim Jong-un had described him as old. He tweeted, "Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old, when I would never call him short and fat? Oh well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen." This was followed by North Korea accusing Donald Trump of declaring war on the Hermit Kingdom after the U.S. president berated Kim Jong-un's authoritarian dictatorship. In a tirade published through state propaganda mouthpiece Ro Dong-sin-mun, Kim's regime took aim at a speech Trump made to his South Korean allies. The statement said, "Trump astounded the international community by ridiculously distorting and manipulating the reality of our republic and ripping out all kinds of curse against us for whopping 22 minutes in his 35-minute speech at the Puppet National Assembly in Seoul." Describing the U.S. president as a cockroach and bacteria, the newspaper added, "We deem Trump's slanders as a declaration of war to overthrow our regime."